So, without further ado, man, it's been a minute since we've done this. Welcome back aboard, my brother. Here we are.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man. So, a lot's happened from the last time that we chopped it up until now, and um, obviously there are a lot of different directions that we could take this. But I'm gonna toss it to you to see where you want to start this bad boy, and we'll let it crack from there and see where we land.
I think we ought to do NBA free agency.
NBA free agency. Now I know. I think I know where you want to go with this one. I have a good feeling. I can see
you
it.
have like a little itch.
Yeah, I got
You
a
have an
little,
inclination.
a little tickling in the membrane that tells me I have a feeling where we're going here.
We have to go with, I know he doesn't need more coverage. But when the commissioner says, hurry up and sign because we need to make the schedule and he's going to be on all the primetime games, so they need to literally wait for him. That's when you know no one else is close to being the face of the league. If anyone needed confirmation on who the face of the league was, this summer was the greatest epitome of that. 41 or 42 years old, and the fact that the NBA had to wait to make the schedule because he didn't sign with the team yet. No other player has that pull. None other. It's really a marvel because both of us in our ages, like my earliest memories, I'd never known the NBA without an elite LeBron James playing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In terms of like when my memories are starting, when I've gotten to basketball more, like he was drafted in 2003. I was 5 years old. I barely remember that.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had this much pull goes to show you no one else is close to being a face of the league. I mean, who's the best player in the NBA? It's either SGA or Jokic, right? Depending on who you ask. Some say Luka, right? Like those types of guys. And Edwards. They aren't close. It's not close.
Yeah, man. I like how you started it, where there's a lot of coverage of LeBron, and I think what I'd like to take the opportunity to do with this conversation that we're about to have is to do the best I can to illustrate where I come from on the side of the equation. Not that my opinion is really that important, but in the sense that I think it might shed some context on where maybe set the record straight on a couple of things, and provide a little bit of context. So even within our relationship, I've known you. We've known each other for what, 8 years now?
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right. It's a long time. You mentioned LeBron's been in the league since 2003. You were 5. I was 5. You do the math. How old you? Well, I mean, technically, I'm older than you by a little bit. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But in and around the same age.
Yeah.
And so I think the point that I try to make is this. The Unfiltered Report itself has only existed for a short period of time. And even within the time frame of the Unfiltered Report, I don't think, again, I can only speak on my own behalf. I can't speak on if other people feel the same way or not. But within my own self, I don't feel the same. I don't think I'm the same person today that I was when the Unfiltered Report started. Just as I don't think I'm the same guy that when we met. Now, obviously, I'm the same dude. I'm still alive. But like that guy died in a certain sense. And I don't mean that to be dramatic. I just mean that in the sense of like, it's the evolution of life. Your perspective shift. You get more data points. You figure things out. You still make mistakes. Obviously, that's besides the point. But going to LeBron specifically, I use that as a barometer because 8 years ago, when you and I would have met, freshman in college, as objectively as I can talk about myself, I think you could describe me as a LeBron hater 8 years ago.
Yeah, you're kind of a LeBron hater. Can't even lie.
Exactly. And that's why I try to say as objectively as I can say. And as I've gotten older, to the point where I was a 28-year-old, not that I'm that old, man, knock on wood, I haven't even hit the prime yet, but that's besides the point. So with LeBron, as I've gotten older, I've realized that I don't hate LeBron. I have nothing against LeBron. I've never met LeBron. I can't hate somebody I don't know. I don't even really have the energy to hate some people I do know. Like, if you hate me, that's fine. I'm sure there are people that don't like me. They'll be like, fuck that Ryan guy. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. He's useless. He's whatever. That's fine. Hopefully not that many, but I'm sure there's at least a couple of people out there to be like, fuck that guy. But I don't hate LeBron. I really don't. I don't hate LeBron, but I hate the coverage of LeBron. And you and I kind of talked about this a little bit off the record and just briefly, because I don't want to talk your head off, which I'm doing right now, ironically.
Don't worry about it, man.
Oh, I'm worried.
This is a podcast where we're supposed to talk. What else are you supposed to do?
That's true. I mean, that's besides.
They don't want to hear. No one wants to hear silence.
That's true. I mean, they could. We could just sit here. We could literally just fucking kick back. If we had the video up, we could literally just put our feet up and chill.
But just look at us.
Exactly. Look at that. Halfway to the OF, man. But anyways, back to LeBron. So I say all this again because LeBron, I don't hate LeBron. I hate the coverage of LeBron. And part of the reason why I hate the coverage of LeBron is because I've always believed that, look, you don't need to convince me that LeBron is incredible. I swear to God, man, if I see one more who's the GOAT thing, I might bang my head against the wall and end it all. And I'm not one of those guys who believes in, like, I feel like once you're dead, you're dead. So if I bang my head against the wall, like, that's my biggest fear. And I'm close to doing it if I see one more, like, who's the GOAT? Like, I can't do it. But by that same token, like, part of the reason why I say that is because you don't need to convince me that LeBron is one of, if not the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
You don't need to convince me that LeBron is LeBron, because I'm not an ex-NBA player. I'm not like fucking. I'm not the most athletic guy on planet Earth, probably on the bottom tier of athleticism, but I can sit my ass down on the couch, or I can go to a game in person. I don't have to be an AI data machine or an analytical expert or ESPN contributor to sit down and tell you that LeBron is one of the best people to ever play the sport of basketball. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. To tell. Like, it's pretty easy to tell. Like, hey, that guy's pretty fucking good. So my frustration has never been about LeBron specifically. It's always been that I've always felt that there are so many great players, even now more than when we first met 8 years ago. Because in the 8 years from when we met until now, there's never been this much talent and parity in the NBA, which is what we'll talk about in the rest of this conversation and future discussions. So you mentioned all those guys, SGA, Jokic, Wemby, Edwards. Yeah. Like, all those guys are insanely talented. And to be honest with you, in their own right, they are just as good.
They're excellent players, especially SGA and Jokic. I think they're like, those are the
but that's my point. The frustration has always been the coverage, because I've always wondered in my own brain when I sit down, and this is the stuff that never gets talked about off the record or on the record. It's just me sitting by myself in my brain. And every now and then when I'm thinking about basketball and I drift off, and what I always think to myself is, man, like, I never understood how people who get paid to cover the sport, like the media and like, other, I don't listen to podcasts, which, like, people might think that's ironic because that's what we're doing, but I don't listen to I read transcripts. But I don't take the time. I don't listen to anybody. Like, okay, I take that back. I do listen to people, but not on a podcast. But I've always wondered why there was not enough room in the narrative for, like, okay, LeBron's one of, if not the greatest people to ever play, but why can't we talk about all these other guys too? And not even the stars. I'm talking like the people that are great in their own right. They're just really good players. And what I've realized more and more every day, but especially recently, what you mentioned, I think you said it best. LeBron is in his 40s. He's been in the league since 2003. It's 2026. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
And what I've realized, and you think you said it, what this offseason really confirmed, because for a long time, you've always, in the last couple of years, you know, you hear a lot of rhetoric, oh, who's going to be the next face of the NBA? And that's like a subliminal thing of like, who's going to replace this money-making machine that we've got in LeBron James, that we can milk him for everything that he's got. Yeah. Also knowing that LeBron is milking these guys too, by the way.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
That's the best kind of relationship.
Because, listen, if you're going to get fucked, you want to come too, don't you?
That makes a lot of sense.
And that's what it comes down to.
I mean, quite the analogy there, but, you know.
No, but that... I think that sets the stage for future conversations, which we'll get into. We talked about, you know, it really comes down to that. Like, we could talk about it, you know, for 7 hours if we really wanted to. Like, all the things that I could sit here and talk about, all the things that you could talk about, that we could talk, that's reported information, or we could speculate, all of the world's problems, conflicts, everything. It always, this is a side note, but it comes down to that. That's what it comes down to.
For a second, I thought you were going to say LeBron. Like, I mean, it all comes down to LeBron. You know?
I mean, apparently it does come down to LeBron, but no,
according to Adam Silver.
But it comes, in my opinion, it all comes down to stimulation.
That's a good way of putting it.
It comes down to stimulation. We all live for stimulation, and it comes in different forms and fashions. And in many ways, metaphorically or literally, it comes down to coming. And people come in different ways. I'm sure this is not what you expected to have of a conversation. You didn't sign up for this, which is why I won't go too much further into that. I'll just save it. This is like a tease test for future conversations where I won't torture and, you know, just yapping in the void. Whoever wants to listen to it, that's fine. But going back to LeBron, it goes into the sense of this, where I've realized now that as much as I don't understand it personally, I don't understand why LeBron has to lead by the balls in the way that he does. Not because LeBron's not incredible, but because I feel like it's $1 billion enterprise, and you've got multiple people that can carry that mantle. And in my opinion, you could make, in a world that's constantly trying to make more money without even trying to make more money, I feel as if you could make more money if you took the time to give the LeBron treatment to other players in the NBA.
That makes sense.
LeBron
is treated as he is the face of the league.
Yeah.
But also they put, you're right, a lot of resources are allocated.
Like, I've always thought they could make more. Like, if you put, like, if you were like, okay, LeBron's great, but hey, this Jokic guy's fucking incredible too. But then you go into the PR and the marketing, and you know, Jokic is just chilling, man. Jokic is just,
because the player has to put in the same amount. Like, hey, if I'm gonna put in 100% into you, you got to put 100% into me.
And that's where LeBron comes in.
And LeBron puts 100%.
That is why LeBron is the face of the league.
Yeah.
And I've realized that it finally like clicked together. Like all the machinations in the brain, it all clicked in the last month or so with LeBron's free agency thing. It all clicked for me. Because LeBron is the face of the NBA, because the NBA needs him and he needs the NBA. And they both milk each other.
As they should, honestly.
And they're both.
And it's worked out very well.
Yeah.
And LeBron has been elite. Like, the thing is, no one else would have been able to get away with that for 23 years.
Well, it's the same reason why the athletes only get away with crimes if they're elite.
Exactly. LeBron's been elite the whole time.
Yeah.
So, of course, the NBA...
And he doesn't have any controversies of crimes. I mean,
he's really been, up to this point, knock on wood, all that, like, as perfect as it gets. 23 years.
Or whatever subtle, like, whatever things you could complain about LeBron about have been swept under the rug. Where you don't even... And they're not even that major of controversies. Like, he's not...
Real crime,
yeah, exactly.
I mean?
Exactly. Like, he's not beating his wife. He's not killing people. He's not
getting caught with blow in Vegas, shooting himself. Shout out Plaxico Burress.
Yeah, exactly. LeBron's controversies are like, he goes where the money goes. And it's like, okay, well, yes, that's true. and we could talk about that. But part of the
Makes a
reason,
lot of sense.
but that's why he's the face of the league.
Yeah.
Because LeBron, like you mentioned, dude, Ant Edwards, we talked about this. Like, Ant Edwards 25. By the time LeBron retires, he'll be about 27. Ant Edwards already said he doesn't want to be the next face of the NBA. He's like, you got Wemby for that. By the time LeBron retires, Wemby's going to be like 25.
You think he plays 2 more seasons? Because he signed a 1+1, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure.
You think he has 2?
For sure. Listen, bro, I'm a big believer in transcripts. And you know why I'm a big believer in transcripts?
Tell me.
Because I'm not listening to what you said. I'm reading what you said, which means that I just read it. You've already said it. So the words are right there. How it comes across is the other context to it. That's where listening. You have to do both. You have to listen to it, but you also have to read it because you get different perspectives both ways.
Which one do you like doing first?
I do more of the reading, but I if I hear it first, that's fine.
Okay.
But
do you prefer reading it first than listening?
I think I do prefer just because I like to read. Yes. There are a lot of times with other athletes we can get into. Like sometimes they'll get I'll watch some of these guys for years and I don't know what they sound like until like 6 years into their career. I'm like, oh shit, that's what that guy sounds like. But that's not because I'm not paying attention. It's just because I like to read. But I'll listen to it. Like I know what LeBron sounds like, obviously, because he's been playing for 23 years in the NBA. But LeBron himself, before he signed, he had a thing at that. What was it? The Fanatics thing? And
where he sat down and he said, trust the process.
And he said, trust the process and all that.
Honestly, at that point, I kind of knew deep down. I was like, that is such a deliberate word choice.
And that was also on the backs of Adam Silver. Adam Silver, right before that, had said, hey, hurry it up. So you know that LeBron, not to spread propaganda, conspiracy theories, because I don't have any proof of this, but I'm sure there's a greater than 0% chance that LeBron had a decent idea at that time.
Yeah.
He just wasn't going to say anything. Or he probably just,
I already talked about it. Like, I always thought that he would wait at minimum until after the World Cup.
Yeah. And so what LeBron said in that, bless you, I didn't watch it. I didn't listen to it, but I read some of the transcripts. And one of the things I read that I thought was really interesting was where he said, like, hey, nobody goes to the Rolling Stones and says, hey, stop going on tour. Like, if you still got it, you still got it. Like, people keep
facts. Damn.
And that's what LeBron's and I realized that. And that's where, like,
he averaged what, 21 points?
So that's what I'm saying. So that's the evolution of the perspective. 8 years ago, I would have met you. You met me. We have a conversation about basketball. You're like, this guy hates LeBron. He's a LeBron hater. 8 years later, the evolution of this, I don't hate LeBron. I hate the coverage of LeBron. But by that same token, as much as I hate the coverage of LeBron, at a certain point, I can't hate on a basketball sense more than anything, because here we are, this dude's in his 40s, and he's got the league by the balls. The league can't come without him coming, and I give him credit for that, because you have to have all of these different things line up. It has, like you said, you have to have the off-the-court stuff lined up, no controversies. You have to have the on-the-court production. You have to have the media sensibility to get them to keep jerking you off and all these different things. So, like, look, as much as I want to hate on the coverage, from a pure basketball perspective, I tip my cap in the sense that this dude is in his 40s. You've got all these great players, all this parity, and what have we spent the last 20 minutes talking about? LeBron. And I got to, like,
tip your hat, man.
I'm like, hey, listen, man.
He's good.
Yeah, I can't hate on that. Listen, if you're
on the court, off the court, PR business, like
he's got like this dude.
He knows marketing.
Yeah, this dude is like you said, he is a business in himself. He is a billionaire. He can retire whenever he could have retired whenever he wanted. He's playing for the love of the game, because it's like. And probably for the love of the propaganda, too, a little bit. And like, I'm still at a face. Yeah. It's a little bit of both. But you know what, man?
You got to feel good.
But you know what?
The commissioner says, hurry up, I need you.
But isn't it the same thing it's the same, like going back to the Rolling Stones.
They still got it.
Like, listen, if I'm like, okay, you and I love music. Like Travis and Drake. Like, they've been doing it for as long as we've been alive, too. Or like the relevant. Not like LeBron, but like the relevant years of our life. Like Travis been around for like the relevant years of your life.
Yeah, I started listening in high school.
Exactly. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's been around as long as
But
LeBron.
LeBron has been like
No,
double that.
but my point is that like that's still a large chunk of your life. Like
Yes.
like Drake's been around for more than a decade.
Yes, well more than a decade.
Well more than a decade.
Yeah, Take Care was 2011.
Yeah,
That's Me Later. So
that's almost
2009.
Almost
maybe.
2 decades. It's a long time.
If that's the name of the album, I don't remember. Whatever.
And so here's the thing, like okay, going to Drake, we got people that love Drake and LeBron.
Yeah, that's true. We're just
You
going
know, or
on.
Travis.
This is a LeBron episode now.
No, but we'll get to the other parts of the
back. Yeah,
but you know, but my point is this: like, it that actually connects in certain ways because it's like, look, there are a lot of artists out there that are probably. I mean, maybe not to the same extent because I don't pay as much attention to music now as I did back then, to where I can't combine because I still pay attention to sports the same way. But like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that at a certain point, when you've got the market by the balls, you can't hate to a certain extent. Because it's like, even if you don't like the artist or you don't like the coverage of the artist or whatever it is, that person is still in the discourse because of external factors regardless. So it's like with LeBron. LeBron in a first-round series against Houston was one of, if not the best player in that entire series. Without Luka and AR, he was probably the best player in that whole series. And now he's going to Philly.
A revamped Philly.
And this is the part where this is the perfect way to get to the rest of the NBA. Because I know my thoughts are all cluttered and people listen to this guy's yammering too much.
No, this is a good transition.
And
the team he signed with.
Exactly.
Now we're talking about the Sixers.
So it's like with LeBron. So this is where we tie it all together a little bit as best we can. The Sixers are going to get jerked off into oblivion because they have LeBron. And you and I, throughout the next multiple years of LeBron being on the Sixers, will talk about LeBron on the Sixers, whether we want to or not, because it's part of what we want to talk about. The caveat that I will throw in is that even if LeBron didn't sign in Philadelphia, they had already gotten Jaylen Brown. They still got Embiid. They got Maxey. They got Edgecombe. They got all these other guys.
They got a good bench as well.
They got a good bench. They got good players, good young players, rookies, two-way guys. Like they've done a great job beyond LeBron. So what I'll say is this, to toss it back to you because I've yammered a lot, but this is a lot of pent-up thought. So I apologize, but I also thank you. But what I'll say is this. I don't hate LeBron. I tip my cap on a basketball sense because this dude's in his 40s. He's dominating the headlines. He's dominating to the level of like, look, good for you, man. LeBron's LeBron. Honestly, dude, if LeBron sat smack dab and we could chop it up with LeBron, let's do it. Let's talk to LeBron. Let's have a conversation. Maybe we'll have a conversation that he wouldn't have other places. And he'll talk about things that he wouldn't talk about in other places. Because, like, hey, you know what? These guys are like chopping it up in a way that's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's have a real conversation. And I would love that. I would love for LeBron to sit here and be like, you know what? Yeah, I milked the NBA.
That'd be hilarious. What a quote. That'd be hilarious.
And we dap it up, and I look at LeBron. He's retired one day, and we make eye contact. I say, hey, LeBron, I grew up. People would label me as a LeBron hater, but I don't hate you. I hate the coverage, but I tip my cap to you, LeBron, because you found a way to milk people back, which is a skill that not a lot of people have.
Because look, the NBA milks all its players.
Yeah.
So you should milk back. Make it symbiotic.
And it comes back to it's a symbiotic relationship. So we go to Philly because Philly would have been a team that you and I would have been here talking about even if they did get LeBron.
Yeah, because
it just so happens that they got LeBron.
What a Jaylen Brown trade made him more attractive, right? They had a position open for him on the starting lineup. He already knew he was going to take a max. And they got Jaylen Brown. They got better. No disrespect to Paul George, but they had to give up 2 firsts and Paul George, so it's clear who the better player is. We've talked about the propaganda of Jaylen Brown before.
Yes.
People acting like he's garbage. Again, I'll just say it for the record again. You take him off the team last year, they do not win 56 games and second seed in the East. Because people talk about him like if they cut him, they would have been better. That's how he's been portrayed in some aspects. If you say he's the seventh best player on a team, that's a guy that's waivable most of the time. Not always, but seventh. Yeah. Not even your sixth man. Yeah. Your seventh man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks barely ran a 7-man.
Yeah, it's like, let's not get overly ridiculous here.
Yeah, it's like the guy is a number one franchise option player. Did he have 3 years left on the Supermax? Yeah, but Paul George, they were saying Paul George you'd have to give up 1 first-round pick to get off.
And somehow they got Jaylen Brown.
Just to trade him for scraps. 1 first-round pick. They had another first-round pick in pick swaps, and you're telling me they got Jaylen Brown? That's a W in anyone's book in Philly.
Oh.
And then that led, so you essentially traded Paul George and picks
for Jaylen Brown and LeBron James.
You got to remember, from an ownership perspective, they're going to make so much money, Ryan. Tickets, they're going up 20%.
Oh, only 20?
I smelt it.
Oh, dude, I'm smelling New York Knicks NBA Finals ticket prices in the regular season.
Oh, opening night.
Oh,
absurd.
Oh man.
Opening night, are they playing?
They're playing the Sixers. Opening. Well,
it's in New York, though, right?
It's in New York.
Good, because they're the champs. So
but it's not the first game of the season.
Oh, so is there an opener at home?
No. The first game of the season is Boston and Detroit at 12 p.m. Pacific time, the same day. And And do you know why that is?
Why?
European market, baby. NBA Europe.
NBA Europe.
NBA Europe. NBA Europe, man.
It's coming.
Yeah, and nobody's talking about it except for us.
You're big on it. And once you explained it to me, I was like, that makes so much sense.
Oh, yeah. Listen.
The draft lottery to get rid of the draft. So it's free agency on.
NBA Europe, man. It's coming. Listen. It's happening, and that's just the first step. 12 p.m. Listen, I will tell you this right now. We could timestamp this for the people out there that don't believe us. We have a timestamp now. 12 p.m. Pacific time weekday games are going to be a new normal in the NBA. Yeah.
When do you think that starts?
This season.
This season? I don't know about this season. That's soon.
Season opener.
You're right. So you think they're going to keep that going?
I know you're not a big FIFA guy, but it's like it's like the hydration breaks. You start with a commercial break in soccer, only one tournament, just a month and a half. It's the same thing with the NBA. It's okay. 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on a weekday to start the season. We're just testing the waters. But once you put that foot in the water and there's no pushback and you get away with it, it becomes more common. NHL is going to start doing it too. They already dipped their toes in the water. NHL matinee games. NFL is already doing it. The season's starting on a Wednesday because they got the Thursday game in Melbourne with the 49ers and the Rams. So in order to accommodate that game in Melbourne, they have the Seahawks and the Patriots Super Bowl rematch on a Wednesday. So, yeah, it starts this year, man. It'll become more common.
Yeah.
But yes, so it'll be Pistons and Celtics. And by the way, while we're doing this, the schedule in its entirety will get dropped tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And just to finish our tidy knot on LeBron James before we go back to Philly and the Knicks. Adam, you mentioned Adam Silver says, hey, we can't finish the schedule without you, LeBron. We have 2 confirmed dates for LeBron and the Sixers against the Knicks before we have any other leaked games for a team like the Kings or the Nets.
Oh, the Kings, nothing is getting leaked for the Kings. The NBA will actually block the leak. So we don't want this team to get media attention.
And that goes back to our point. For me, I would be like, hey, we could talk about the Kings and we can make this a bigger business enterprise, but I'm not running the NBA. Probably because I don't care about the money. I just love the sport. But it goes back to LeBron. LeBron's making the money. So we have 2 LeBron-Knicks matchups, coincidentally, before we have one matchup for 90-something% of the league. Because Adams, and it all connects. It's like a fucking one of those criminal maps. The arrows are going all over the place with the pins in the map. That's what it is. So it connects. So opening night, you got 3 games on opening day for the first time in our lifetime. First time ever.
Wow. That's a lot.
To my knowledge.
Because they're starting at noon.
You got noon Pacific. You got Detroit and Boston. European market. You've got LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, Embiid, Edgecombe, great bench, Bob Myers propaganda.
Bob Myers.
Josh Harris stroking himself in the press booth. You've got all these guys against your beloved New York Knicks hanging a banner. And what is not the opening game of the NBA season because of this, but it's the matinee game nonetheless.
Yeah.
Probably opening price to get in that game is going to be like 10 grand.
Out.
And then, to my knowledge, in the nightcap, you have Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And this is Adam Silver probably saying this because I wouldn't say it like that. But you've got Victor Wembanyama and SGA, Western Conference rematch. So you got 3 games, 6 teams. And then you get to LaMelo Ball and Giannis on the day after and whatnot. Going back to Philly and the Knicks, I'm gonna toss it back to you. I know
Knicks, baby.
I know it's a big conversation these days. It's gonna be the new milked rivalry, quote unquote. Knicks and Sixers, defending champs, LeBron James. I can smell the propaganda from a mile away.
Of course.
You can smell it too. 20%? I feel like 20% is not high enough. Those ticket prices are going to be outrageous.
Yeah, Philly games are going to become absurd. They have to be.
And Knicks games.
Oh, well, Knicks games were already expensive.
No, but I'm talking regular season.
Oh,
too.
yeah, it's going to be even more. It's going to be absurd.
Oh, yeah. They'll capitalize on that.
They have to.
Oh, yeah.
James Dolan won't allow anything else. I just hope he stays away. You know what I'm saying? Like
stay out of the basketball part.
Yeah, like Leon Rose is cooking. We'll see what happens.
So it's like, so what you're saying is charge higher ticket prices, just don't fuck up my basketball team?
Yeah, please don't fuck up the basketball team. Please.
Like get all the celebrities in that bitch. Make that stadium empty. Make it empty, but give me a good basketball team.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Here's the thing. You know he's going to already mess with the prices. Don't do that and fuck up the team.
It's like make your money and don't fuck up my basketball team.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Yeah, what's wrong with that? So it's a reasonable ask.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it's like this is pretty easy. And he's letting Leon Rose cook. We'll see with Cat though. Because if we want to keep the core together, Cat needs to accept less than a max. And frankly, with his age and everything, I don't want to give him a 5-year max. Or whatever. He's eligible for what? Like actually like a 3-year extension, I think.
Well, that's the big elephant in the room right now with the Knicks is will.
I think if he wants a max, I wouldn't do it. You can't do it.
And I don't think the Knicks will offer him one because they'll say, "Oh, Jalen Brunson didn't take one." Are you saying?
Yeah. And
so they'll gaslight him. Don't
get. Jalen Brunson, I think, is taking the next deal. Like he's taking.
Actually, can I be honest?
Yeah.
I was not you. So one caveat for the people that listen to this, whether it's 5 people or 50 or 500 or 5,000 or whatever, who cares? I mean, we want them all to enjoy it, but this was not planned. Is what I'm saying.
No, we usually don't plan it.
Can we agree on this though? Because this was an unplanned transition, but I want to pitch this to you because I want to get your thoughts on this. Jalen Brunson takes less than the max, gets stroked into oblivion for not taking that money.
Oh, the media.
All kinds of propaganda.
Especially now that they won.
And then they took that Jalen Brunson propaganda and they amplified it to Wemby. They're like, oh, Wemby didn't take the full max. Wemby only took like $300 million, but he didn't take the whole full 300 or whatever it was.
I think he actually only got not only. I think he signed like a 5-year $250. But
if but he could have gotten 300.
He would have gotten like $350.
So this is my point. So can we agree on this? Not to be conspiracy theorists, but can we agree on this? Part of the reason why Jalen Brunson took less max money from the New York Knicks was to circumvent the salary cap and take the extra money that he would have made in the salary cap and make it back in endorsements and media appearances and sponsorships and all that shit. Can we agree on that?
Well, that's not cap circumvention, though. Cap circumvention is the Kawhi stuff.
But that's where I'm getting the Kawhi Leonard.
But I'm saying it's salary circumvention when you they're no-show contracts where it's the intent.
You're not doing anything.
Exactly.
So this is
out here.
He's out here hustling.
He's hustling. That little bro.
Okay, so this is the best. Listen, this is the criminal map tied together, and that was not, and as naturally as I can say, this was not pre-planned, but it's the criminal map, right? So we can agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
So Jalen Brunson's playing a LeBron game. Kawhi Leonard is not playing the LeBron game, the Jalen Brunson game. And that's why Kawhi Leonard is being hunted by the Pablo Astores of the world, Pulitzer Prize winners. Because LeBron and Jalen Brunson are probably getting a Daktronics or whatever the other fucking company was. I forgot, it's too far in the, Kawhi's getting, look, you don't need, I don't need to be involved in a research process of investigating. Like, Kawhi got paid outside of the salary cap. We can agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
it's obvious.
And look, based on I wasn't even surprised when the aspiration deal first.
Aspiration, thank you, fucking dude. I was gonna blank on that. That's how you know it was in pre-plan.
So the aspiration deal, right? I've dropped. I think at this point a year ago.
Oh yeah, this has been public knowledge for a fat minute.
Look,
shout out Pablo, man.
Shout out Pablo, real investigation.
Pulitzer fucking prize, man. Shout out Pulitzer.
Shout
out Pablo, man.
But look, let's be honest. Was anyone really surprised?
No.
Kawhi's a quiet guy. He's not. I don't blame him. I wouldn't be. I'm not super extroverted like that. I want to be on camera all the time. He just likes playing hoops. Yeah. He's not, do like LeBron or Brunson, like a guy that wants to be super PR savvy, media, putting out their own posts and marketing vehicles. So yeah, it makes sense that he's like, hey. And especially in light of the fact that we know his uncle Dennis was asking for ownership of the Lakers and Raptors. The Lakers were leaked recently, but for the Raptors, we all knew he had crazy demands for them. We knew that they gave the Clippers the ultimate death ultimatum. Hey, if you want to be good when you're going to move into this new stadium, into a dome and all that, you need to sign me.
And Paul George.
Because at that point, weren't they getting approved for Intuit Dome? Steve Ballmer was a recent owner, so I need to start off with a bang. I need to get Kawhi Leonard to compete with LeBron because they threatened they're going to go play with LeBron. They couldn't let that happen.
It's kind of like Steve Cohen and the Mets a little bit. But as it's kind of, I didn't think about that. But also, funny Venn diagram comparison. And I know some of the people who hear this, they'll be like, Ryan in the Venn diagram. Fuck you, man. That's another one. I love a Venn diagram. But Venn diagram, Kawhi. So Jalen Brunson and Kawhi Leonard are in the middle. And then LeBron and Kawhi Leonard are on the other side of that Venn diagram. Jalen Brunson is Kawhi Leonard, but instead of Uncle Dennis, he's got Rick Brunson.
Yeah, but he also doesn't do illegal stuff. Look, my guy would not do.
I know, but your guy, but what I'm saying is Jalen Brunson doesn't want to be in front of a camera either. Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson, I think Jalen Brunson's got a podcast with Josh Hart too, don't they? They do. And then Jalen Brunson goes on all these things. So that's my point. Kawhi and Jalen Brunson have a similar, from the outside looking in, personality. But Jalen Brunson will embrace the New York, the media, the sponsorships, and all that. And Kawhi Leonard wants all that shit, but without the publicity. Kawhi Leonard wants San Antonio media obligations with big market money. So when you mention Uncle Dennis, with Kawhi Leonard, look, there's no doubt in my mind that Kawhi Leonard got paid for a no-show contract. We mentioned Drake. Drake had to deal with aspiration, and Kawhi Leonard was making more than Drake. Just to put that in perspective, by the way.
Yeah, that kind of shows you.
Drake, just to put that in perspective, Drake is if you were I don't have the data to back this up, but I think if you were to ask a large sample size of people, who do you know, Kawhi Leonard or Drake, more people would know Drake than Kawhi Leonard.
Oh yeah,
Like Drake's out here, like
because Drake is really good with marketing and PR stuff, kind of like LeBron.
yeah, like Drake, but Drake is kind of like LeBron, by the way.
Very commercial.
Like Drake is like, hey man, listen. I got Drake is like, hey man, I can do a YouTube video. 20 women want to come at me. It's just 20 women and Drake. I haven't watched that, but I got a video sent to me multiple times.
Oh, there's like a new music video he dropped.
It's like 20 women and Drake. I haven't watched it, but
it sounds like a lot of rap videos, man. It sounds like 20 girls and a rap.
No, but in the rap,
like every Future music video.
Shout out to Future, man.
Shout out Future,
because Future is out here rapping about shit he's not even doing, and he's making the money.
I will say his most recent project,
and that's a shout out. That's a
no disrespect.
That by the way, that's a satirical shout out. But like, okay, satirical in the sense of like it's a satirical shout out and him not doing shit, but it's a shout out to Future because he makes like the beats are good, it flows. I can bang my hand, but like connecting it to Future for a second, like so. I don't know if you ever listened to the Future WRLD Juice WRLD album long time ago, the collaborative album.
Yes.
So they made that shit in like a weekend. So Juice WRLD, I think.
Are you serious?
So
that's absurd.
So Juice WRLD is on the record. I'm pretty sure. No, R.I.P. Juice WRLD. So Juice WRLD's on. So Juice WRLD's on the record saying that a big influence for him was Future, and one of the big reasons why Juice WRLD started doing drugs was because of Future.
Really?
And Future is on the record saying that I wish that I would have known that ahead of time, quote unquote, because like I'm not, because Future doesn't do a lot of the shit that he raps about.
I'm sure a lot of rappers do. They rap about a lot of shit. Man.
Yeah. So Future's rapping.
Like
Future's rapping about things that he's not doing. Juice WRLD listens to that and is like, oh, I fuck with that. I'm gonna do all of that shit. And then they made an album together, and in and around that same time, and then Juice WRLD dies, obviously, but like
from drugs.
But so it's like okay, but nobody talks about that. So it's like Future is look, Future, shout out, Juice WRLD, shout out, Drake, shout out, but it goes back to propaganda. It goes back to media coverage. Like, so Drake's got a stranglehold of the market. Like, and, shit, Drake's about to be 42, but Drake's like LeBron in that sense. Like, Drake's running the game. Like, some people couldn't tell you a new age artist because Drake's still running it. Like Drake still got it.
Yeah, a lot of the rappers and hip hop artists that we liked in high school are
still relevant.
They're still relevant. They're still kind of the face.
And it goes back to LeBron.
Like, and who's the second most popular player? Let's call it popular other than LeBron. Probably Curry internationally
or KD.
Yeah, like guys.
And that's because they're still strangling onto that.
Popular in like China.
And they're still hanging onto that stranglehold of the market shit.
Absolutely.
Right. And
I mean, those guys were playing in the finals when we met, like Warriors and Golden State.
Yeah, that goes back to see, it's all the criminal map going back together. Like, when we met 8 years ago, LeBron haters, LeBron in the finals every year. LeBron beat my guy DeRozan, LeBronto, Warriors, LeBron, and in that time, it's been different champions in every year for the last 8-9 seasons now. Since KD, ironically, and Clay, like and Kawhi. When Kawhi and the Raptors won the championship from that season onwards, there's been a different champion every year. So it connects back to Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard and aspiration. Kawhi Leonard making more than Drake from aspiration.
And here's another bad fact for that deal. Steve Ballmer was involved in that, as he had a big investment interest too.
Yes, and so. Part of the you have to think about this. Why is the investigation of that taking so long? Doesn't take a rocket scientist, in my opinion, to figure this out. But if it does, let you and I be the ones to try to solve the rocket formula. Why is it taking so long? I'll tell you why, in my opinion. Multiple reasons. Number one, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, even though he's not LeBron James or Jalen Brunson, maybe, in that aspect, Kawhi Leonard's still a big name. He is one of the 10 to 15 to 20 people that get stroked into oblivion that you will know about if you are not a diehard basketball fan. So Kawhi gets traded from Los Angeles to Toronto.
On hold.
But you will have people that will say, oh, Kawhi Leonard, he's great. Kawhi Leonard is amazing. And it's true. When he's healthy and he plays, he's great.
Oh, he just had a great year.
Exactly. So that's factor number one. Factor number two, Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is the richest owner in the NBA, maybe outside of today now, give or take, depending on how you want to shake down the figures with the other Los Angeles team, which we'll get into in future times. But Steve Ballmer is one of, if not the richest guy, not only in the NBA, but in North American professional sports. Like Steve Ballmer has fuck you money. So you can speak on this better than I can. If the NBA comes after the Clippers and Steve Ballmer, what do you think Steve Ballmer is going to do? He's going to lawyer up.
He has to.
So why do you think the investigation is taking such a long time?
It's because his lawyers talk.
Because
that's inefficient.
Because the NBA
lawyers are inefficient. You got to deal with it.
Exactly.
The law is not meant to be a quick, streamlined process.
Exactly, and that's why it's taking such a long time. Because you've got Adam Silver, who is a liaison for the owners. Who, by the way, one of Adam Silver's bosses is Steve Ballmer. So
yeah.
So why do you think the investigation is taking so long? It's because you've got Steve Ballmer, who is such an integral part of what the NBA is trying to build, that you don't want to punish Steve Ballmer too hard because we want Steve Ballmer to still give us his millions and billions of dollars. And we also have Kawhi Leonard, who makes us a lot of money. But because there's all this public knowledge out there of what's been reported of Kawhi Leonard, how many people are we going to lose if we don't do anything to Kawhi Leonard or Steve Ballmer and the Clippers? And the reason why it's taking so long is because they're trying to drag it on so long, in my opinion, conspiracy theory. The reason why it's taking so long is they're trying to see how long can we drag this to where people won't give a shit about it anymore. To where we can give them a slap on the wrist and be done with it. And that's why it's taking so long, in my opinion.
It's been taking a while, and now Pablo said there might have been another.
And by the way, just to put things in perspective with Pablo, it took so long that Pablo unveiled another deal with Daktronics. So they could have gotten this done before Daktronics, and then they're like. And then it took so long that Pablo was like, you know what? I'm going to milk this. Pablo, just like LeBron, I'm going to milk this. People love me because I'm exposing Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers and Steve Ballmer and the NBA. Oh, aspiration that was just the beginning. Here's Daktronics now. So
if that has merit to it, that's even funnier.
There's no merit. That's just me taking context clues and trying to, I do a lot of reading.
If it does, that's me. Hilarious in light of the aspiration stuff going on. And
but it's taking such a long time because you got to think Daktronics is recent.
Yeah.
Aspiration's a year. If you would have swept that, dude, you pay Pablo Astori, he got his Pulitzer already. But it's taking such a long time. Pablo's like, listen, man, what about Daktronics? And now Adam Silver, because Adam Silver is just a liaison for the owners. Adam Silver is just trying to make his moolah. Steve Ballmer's, you don't think Steve Ballmer and his lawyers and Adam Silver in the NBA and hey, you take us down, we're going to take you down with us sort of deal? You don't think Kawhi Leonard's sitting there like, hey, man, I'm Kawhi Leonard. Just send me to Toronto already. You will make money off of me in Toronto.
Yeah, that's true.
You will make Canadian dollars with me being in Toronto.
Then you want some Canadian.
You want that non-North American United States, but North American money. You want that Toronto money.
You're expanding outside the U.S.
You want that money. Give me a slap on the wrist. Give me 3 games, 5 games, 10 games. Be done with it. I would sit those games out due to load management anyways.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Give me that shit. Give me those suspensions. Let me play. You don't think
the thing is, I wish they would at least narrow down the scope of the potential punishment so they could finish the deal.
But why are they not finishing the deal? You got to think
because of the law going.
And you could speak on that better than I can.
There's a lot of negotiation posturing where you don't want to give anything.
Yeah, it's just like a negotiation for a contract.
When they said they're investigating it, that means they probably are doing requests for information to Kawhi's team. and the Clippers team.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially subpoena it,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I'm sure there's probably subpoena power in NBA bylaws.
And part of the reason why it's taking
how do you respond?
But why
to
is
that?
this
You get an attorney to respond?
But why is this taking such a long time? You can speak on this better than I. Why is it taking such a long time? Because the NBA, Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer, they don't want to appoint an arbitrary judge to oversee this case. They want to hash this thing out without having to send it any further than where it already is. But it's taking such a long time because they don't know where to settle in that. And they also don't want to go to the full-on court trial. And that's why they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because it's the one unique case where where will it prevail? We don't know yet. But that's why it's still there. But that's why Adam Silver's like, oh yeah, we want to resolve it.
But the trade's on hold.
The trade's on hold. Why is the trade on hold? Because
potential penalties. Which
penalties.
The NBA doesn't want to give up the right to assert because that's a lot of it's negotiation. Like it's leverage.
And then Toronto doesn't want to take on the responsibility of punishment that the Clippers would take on for taking on Kawhi Leonard because that's what the NBA is threatening Toronto with. Oh, you accept Kawhi Leonard getting traded to you? Whatever we find, you take his punishment. Yeah. He gets suspended for 10 games. He's suspended with Toronto, and the Clippers don't get any punishment. And why is that? Steve Ballmer and the lawyers, the litigation, the negotiations, the shit that nobody will talk about. Shams Charania not reporting that shit. Why not? Because they don't want him to. I will shrug that in there. Now, by the way, I'm going to toss this to you to see where you want to take this with the rest of the NBA beyond all this other stuff. And I want to get your thoughts on where you're at. Or if you want to keep it on this threshold, by the way, either up to you. But I want to toss it to you in this. We're about to get close to the hour mark here. We're about 52-something minutes in, give or take, depending on when this shit picked up our conversation.
We'll find out after.
We'll find out after. Yeah, that's the beauty of these. We don't really care until after the fact. People will be like, why do these guys make the running joke? Because why not?
Not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Add some character.
Yeah, exactly. Some humility of
a little uniqueness.
Yeah. Well, maybe not humility. We're not humid. Humidity and humidity. Yeah. Climate change, man.
There we go. Climate change.
I'm gonna toss it to you, man.
Yeah, I think we got to go to my beloved team, the New York Knicks. Obviously, our biggest threat at this point is the Philadelphia 76ers. I was pretty surprised they ended up getting Jaylen Brown. I feel like they weren't in a lot of the rumors, and then all of a sudden they came up and swooped him. So that was interesting, and I was thinking, okay, that's going to be a harder team to beat. At the same time, I really didn't think they were going to get LeBron. I really thought LeBron was going to do a homecoming to Cleveland or Miami. I thought he was going to go somewhere familiar. But now after the fact, hearing the explanation, yeah, it does make sense for him to go to a new team because he won championships with those other teams. So if he goes anything short, it's almost viewed as a failure. Here, Philly, they have a great team, and he could help them get a championship for the first time, I think, in over 50 years, which makes them the biggest threat to my New York Knicks. But I will say, I think we had a great offseason. Kept Jose Alvarado, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson. Big loss to Mitchell Robinson. We all knew that was going to be the case, though, once Jalen Dolan said he's not going to go into second apron, which I'm not going to fault him with that. I get it. The aprons are prohibitive, and we're going to have a CBA conversation another evening, another time. Regardless, at that point, I knew we weren't going to be able to get Mitch. I'm pissed he's with the Celtics, but wish him well. He was our longest tenured Knick. Love Mitch. Regardless, I'm taking my Knicks over the 76ers in a playoff series. Knicks in 6. You can book that now, which, by the way, before the finals, this year's finals, I was saying Knicks in 6. I said Knicks in 6 as soon as it was figured out it was Knicks versus Spurs. Everyone called me crazy. And it ended up being Knicks in 5. So a lot of doubt on the Knicks. People are saying they're not viewed as a threat. A lot of rumors and leaks and propaganda about that. But to be frank, people weren't viewing us as a threat last postseason either. Then we had one of the most dominant stretches in NBA history in the postseason. And we beat the Spurs, who everyone thought was going to spank us, in 5 games. including a historic 28-point comeback. And we had the big comeback, I think, the game one against the Cavs. So I'm taking my Knicks over the 76ers. Every day of the week. Again, that's an ECF matchup. I'm going to say Knicks in 6. And I don't care who's in the finals for the Western Conference. We're on delusional with Knicks fan. Okay?
You're going back-to-back delusional.
We're going back-to-back delusional.
Like, fuck all that.
And let me tell you something. If we lose the first 2 times we play Philly, I want to go back to pessimistic real quick. I want you to be warned.
But that's the beauty of humanity, right?
Yeah. I want to flip back like a switch. Be pissed as hell on here.
Yeah.
But man, I'm taking the Knicks over the 76ers. The fact we're not the championship favorite is disrespectful, but that's okay. New York teams are always counted out from this because they haven't been good in a while. You can talk about like the Jets, the Giants.
Oh, we'll get to the Jets.
You know
Jets.
what I'm saying? Like,
we will get to the Jets.
But the Knicks should be the championship favorites, and I think they're going to go all the way.
Okay. So you think that? Okay. So let me ask you something. We've talked a little bit about Philly, obviously. Well, maybe more than a little bit. Outside of Philly, outside of the Knicks, Eastern Conference, who scares you? Who doesn't?
I think the Celtics are going to be really good. I think Peyton Pritchard is going to take a step up. They've been developing their bench guys. I don't even know most of them, but they were all playing well. Joe Mazzulla, as much as I can't stand the Celtics, got to tip your hat. He's great at developing talent. Brad Stevens. I mean, we'll see how the Paul George trade works out, but he generally makes really good deals for his team. I don't know. Maybe Paul George has a resurgence for them. I mean, no disrespect, but I hope not as a Knicks fan, right?
It's possible.
But we'll see. It's possible. They got some draft capital, so I think they're going to be a top 5 seed. I think Miami. I'm a little concerned about Miami's depth. They're an injury away from having problems. I think they're a Giannis injury away from honestly playing like the Bucks did last year, right? But you got to think the Bucks weren't good last year because Giannis didn't play that much. So if they don't play, if Giannis doesn't play this year due to injuries, the Heat are in trouble.
Oh yeah,
the Heat are in trouble. And then other than that, I mean, obviously the Hornets are going to take a step back because Melo went to the West to play with Ant. I think those are really the 3 teams. Oh, and my bad, the Pacers. I forgot about the Pacers because they took a gap year.
They're coming back.
They're coming back. Zubac's going to play because they pretty much rested him last season.
Yeah. Oh, they
got injured on the flight over. Fuck off. Dude. Like, come on.
It was a joke. He got hurt on the flight. Oh my god.
The doctor touched him too intensely at the physical, and he's out for the season.
Hey, it comes back to coming, man.
We're back at it again.
Man.
So the Pacers are going to be good. So those are the top 5 teams that I think are going to have the potential to make some noise. So the Heat, the Pacers, the Celtics, the Sixers, and of course my Knicks.
Okay.
Which means that's an easy transition. Knicks to Jets.
Oh, we're going Jets.
Oh, we're going Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Look, man. From what I've been hearing from training camp reports, the team might be competent this year. Apparently, the defense is playing lights out, which, as I know from watching us under Robert Saleh, having a top 10 defense makes your team look competent, a lot more competent. At least the score isn't like 42 to 12. The Jets had last December, I think they lost every game by 20.
Even if you're losing,
that's absurd.
You're competitive.
Yeah, they weren't competitive at the end stretch last season. I just want us to look competent, but I think we're going to be 5-7 wins. You just got to be honest about the Patriots, the Bills being in your division. That's 4 games right there. It's going to be tough to win any of those with this Jets team, realistically. So you're probably going to go, let's be realistic by a probability perspective, 1-3 in those games. There's a chance of 0-4. Those are Super Bowl contenders, right? And I did look, we do have a decently hard schedule. I think we play the NFC North. So we play the Packers, the Bears. Can you verify that?
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the best divisions in football. The Vikings, which now named Kyler Murray.
Yep. NFC North. Yep.
So what are that? The Bears, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions.
Yep.
4. I'm assuming Kyler Murray plays well. That's 4.
And then they're also playing the They are so they're playing AFC. So they got the NFC North, and then they've also got
Well, either way, just playing the NFC North, those are 4 good teams. I think Kyler Murray's going
they're
to play
playing
the
they're playing the AFC West.
Oh my God!
So they're playing the Raiders.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, and Chargers, and then the NFC North.
Yeah, I mean already the Chiefs and
then the
Broncos,
division, and then they've got one game sprinkled in there, and they're playing the Browns.
Deshaun Watson, is he going to be a starting QB?
If he's starting October 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific, yes.
That's true.
Is he going to make it that long? We'll get there. We'll get there.
I get they paid him all this money, but the thing is they've been paying him not to play for a while now. My whole thing is just see what you got with Shador.
Yeah.
Just see what you got. Like, what if Watson plays well, and then at the end of this year when he's a free agent, he's like, give me another fat contract. Like, that's actually not a good scenario.
Like, tell him to fuck off.
No matter what, you're not winning a Super Bowl, and you're probably not making a play.
Tell him to fuck off.
Sit on the bench.
Play Shador Sanders.
See what you got.
Yeah, if he sucks, he sucks.
Was he electric last year? No, but frankly, he was the most exciting Browns quarterback in a while.
See what he's got.
Like Dylan Gabriel wasn't like that electric. I think they had similar I think Shador won a few more games, but I think numbers-wise, they both weren't that great. But look, they're on the Browns. There's rookie quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks on the Browns.
Like you can't, like they can't light it up. They're in a tough circumstance.
It's not like Shador's out there playing with fucking Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got you.
So we'll
or Deshaun Watson or Dylan Gabriel.
Now the defense, they lost their defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz because he wanted the head coaching job,
and they didn't give it to him.
And then guess what? Myles Garrett,
Rams,
is in LA with maybe an Aaron Donald.
The biggest elephant in the room right now in the NFL, huh?
I think I've already seen him practicing. He's back. He's going to come back.
But they're teasing it.
They're teasing it. They want a late, right before the season announcement, surge ticket prices and ratings.
Oh yeah.
And also, Kalshi and all them, they got to be involved. I hate odds.
Oh,
more people are probably putting money in closer to the season start versus now. So they want a lot more trading activity, gambling activity.
There you go, trading activity. I like that.
It's pretty much trading activity.
Gambling, trading. Listen,
it's
the same thing.
Isn't Kalshi a speculative market?
Prediction market.
Yeah.
That's what they use. Prediction market. Don't get me started on that rabbit hole, man. That's
Shout out Giannis.
Shout out Giannis.
Didn't he sign that deal during the trade deadline?
The day after. The day after he stayed in Milwaukee, he said, I am proud to announce I am a man. Come on, man.
Oh, people were betting on that.
Oh, yeah. Giannis took his hand right. He took his left. I shouldn't even say this. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad.
Don't, man.
But, you know where I'm going. Giannis took that shit, was like, how are you going to stop me?
Yeah. I will say, smart of him to do that announcement after the trade deadline to avoid any potential league issues. And the money, that's what we call that? Double whammy.
Double whammy.
Double whammy.
It's a symbiotic relationship, my man.
Honestly.
That's all. That's the theme of tonight, man. So, okay. Jets. We'll get to the NFL in due time. Jets. So you think?
I think defense will be competent. I think we have some weapons offensively now.
5 to 7 wins, you think?
I just think I'm concerned about Kenyon Sadiq's hernia injury.
That's concerning.
Yeah, that's concerning. And
David Bailey's looking good, though. Knock on wood so far.
They're saying he's looking good.
Him and your guy Arman with a D.
Yup.
Look,
exactly.
they're doing a good battle right now.
Offensively, Garrett Wilson.
A.D. Mitchell, baby.
Amari Cooper Jr.
Yeah.
Adonte Mitchell. Tight end, Mason
Kenyon
Taylor.
Sadiq, Mason Taylor. That's
Sadiq.
And Breece Hall.
We re-signed him. I love Breece Hall. I feel bad for him.
To be honest, I think your Jets, one quarterback away.
And the offensive line is decent too.
Quarterback away.
Look, man, if Geno can play just a little competently, 5-7 games. I want 7. I really want 7 games. I don't care about the draft pick. 7 games, I feel better about myself.
I feel like, you got the next championship, but you're not fully fulfilled because it's only one sport.
I'm fully fulfilled for basketball.
I know, but that's
Well,
something.
look,
But you're not
you-
fully fulfilled because the Jets are still fucking you.
And they're the worst.
But you know what? If a broken clock can strike correctly twice a day, James Dolan got it done. Who
did.
says Woody Johnson can't get it done for you,
They
man?
might have to. I'm not trying to wish this on anyone, but I don't.
But
like when he's no longer
but like
the owner.
if James Dolan is getting propaganda,
he's getting propaganda. I think he's the owner, and he won a championship in New York.
I know.
Like he deserves propaganda.
But like if the Jets win, can you concede Woody Johnson's propaganda if the Jets win? If someone told you in the article piece and was trying to convince you that when the Jets win big and Woody Johnson's still the owner, and I tell you that was part of Woody Johnson's long game, even if it wasn't, would you buy the propaganda or not?
I mean, I wouldn't buy it. Like I can't just buy stuff out late, but I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care. The Jets
at
are
that point, yeah, of course he's going to say he's a master.
a broken clock, one choice.
All right, man. You did own a championship team.
Congratulations. Same thing with James Dolan. There you go. James Johnson, Woody
Dolan.
Johnson, James Johnson, Woody Dolan, like same shit. Probably they both get their kids running the team too. Or like starting to run it.
We know Woody Johnson's been saying it. So I don't know about Dolan.
What's Woody Johnson's kid? Isn't it Brick?
Brock.
Brock.
I think Brick actually.
Is it Brick or Brock?
One of the two.
Hey, Brock Bowers or fucking Brick from General Hospital, who happens to be Stephen A. Smith. Either way.
There we go.
There you go. By the way,
ESPN connection.
Yeah, Disney, Bob Iger, Los Angeles Lakers, Joshua Kushner. Save that as an appetizer teaser for a future either episode or recording. You gave me some good words of wisdom earlier. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love you, man. Before we put a bow on this thing, any concluding thoughts?
I don't care who it is in the finals. Knicks in 6.
But they're 1-5.
Exactly.
Shout out to your Knicks, man.
Shout out,
NBA champions in the middle of the matinee. 3 game. We'll be here. All right. Opening day. You and me. We'll be here.
Oh yeah.
We'll get it cracking. We love propaganda. We love New York. We love Arman, baby.
Appreciate you for having me, man.